This episode is sponsored by Awakened Energy, manufacturer of meticulously crafted excipient-free supplements.
Magnesium is one of the most essential yet misunderstood elements in human health. Today, we're unraveling its hidden story, how this unassuming mineral powers your body, protects your mind, and might just be the key to unlocking better performance and well-being.
Yeah, we've got a whole pile of scientific research and expert opinions. We're going to extract the most interesting insights for all the listeners, and we're also going to bust a major myth about magnesium supplements.
I read that magnesium serves as a cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions.
Magnesium impacts everything from our energy and our mood to our heart and brain health. It's like the overlooked powerhouse of our health, quietly working behind the scenes to keep us healthy. And we will also discover that magnesium plays a crucial role in even more than 300 processes in the body.
Really? Okay. I know it's way more than just preventing those leg cramps, but apparently it does more than I realized.
Yeah, that's right. Today we'll discover that magnesium does a lot more than most people realize, that it is both essential and critical to our health and well-being on every level, and that by recent estimates, 61% of adults and up to 80% of kids in the USA do not get enough magnesium from their diets.
Give us an example of what happens when we don't get enough of this essential mineral.
Here's a case that I think really illustrates this point. One of our sources describes the case of a seemingly healthy woman who starts experiencing debilitating panic attacks, seemingly out of nowhere. It turned out that she was very low in magnesium, and this deficiency, along with the stress of daily life, was actually what triggered those panic attacks.
Wow, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. You know, you'd never connect panic attacks to a mineral you get from your diet. When you're deficient in magnesium, doctors call it hypomagnesemia. It can have this ripple effect throughout your entire body and mind.
Hypomagnesemia. Okay. Well, one of the first things I always thought about when it comes to low magnesium is muscle cramps. But that's a lot more severe than just muscle cramps.
Yeah, and the symptoms can be all over the place, so it often gets misdiagnosed. In fact, many levels of magnesium deficiency remain undiagnosed. Many doctors aren't trained to look for it.
Okay, that's a little scary.
Yeah, magnesium affects everything from your heart health to your energy production to your brain power, and even your mood. We're not just talking about a cramp or feeling a bit off here. Low magnesium can seriously impact your health in a lot of ways.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Magnesium is like the unsung hero of health, working behind the scenes to keep everything running smoothly. Speaking of which, I won't keep you in suspense any longer.
Okay, about what?
Remember when I said earlier that magnesium plays a central role in hundreds of biochemical reactions within the human body? Well, according to a 2023 scientific paper by Dr. Anna Carolina Souza in the journal Nutrients, a credible and influential source of scientific information in nutrition and health, magnesium is needed by at least 800 biochemical reactions in the body.
Okay, what about the 300 figure you see stated in so many research articles?
That's due in part to the fact that scientists keep discovering new processes in the body where magnesium is crucially involved. You'll see the 300 number frequently, but it's a little dated. Magnesium's importance keeps expanding. As we discussed earlier, magnesium deficiency can lead to a range of serious health issues due to magnesium's critical role in so many physiological processes, including enzyme activity, energy production, and neuromuscular function.
Tell me more.
Well, deficiency can lead to irregular heartbeats and high blood pressure, increasing the risk of cardiovascular diseases. You could even have hardening of arteries. As the woman's story illustrates, magnesium deficiency has been associated with depressive symptoms and low stress tolerance. There's also cognitive impairment.
Magnesium's importance for our mental health is probably what surprises me the most. I always thought of it as more of a muscle thing.
Absolutely. Magnesium is important for brain, mind, and body. Think of magnesium like a natural chill pill for your nervous system.
A natural chill pill. Can you tell us how that works?
Sure. Magnesium helps regulate a very important neurotransmitter called GABA. You can think of GABA as your brain's antidote for stress. Its main role is to reduce neuronal excitability throughout the nervous system. If you don't have enough magnesium, that calming effect doesn't work as effectively, and your stress response can go a little haywire.
So basically, in our always on, stressed out world, we need magnesium more than ever.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Chronic stress actually lowers magnesium levels, which then makes you even more susceptible to stress.
Talk about a vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's a double whammy, but here's the thing. Magnesium isn't just about relaxation. It's also essential for energy production at the cellular level.
That's what I don't get. Like, we've talked about magnesium being important for relaxation and stress reduction, but it's also crucial for energy. How can it be both calming and energizing?
That's a great question, and it gets to the heart of how magnesium works. Magnesium is natural. It doesn't force your body to be up or down. Magnesium supports your body's natural systems, helping them function optimally.
Okay, go on.
In terms of energy, think back to your high school biology class. Remember ATP? It's basically the fuel that powers your cells, and magnesium is a kingpin in the ATP production process.
Okay, it's starting to come back to me now. ATP equals cellular energy. Got it.
Right, and ATP serves as the primary energy carrier in cells, analogous to currency in an economy. It can be thought of as a store of value, like money in a bank account. If ATP is low, your internal cellular bank account is low. Not only do you feel fatigued, your cells can't function properly, and they can even die. Low ATP can trigger programmed cell death.
Programmed cell death. What's that?
If your mitochondria can't make sufficient ATP, the mitochondria can send a signal that causes the cell to commit suicide.
That's really interesting. And you're saying low magnesium has a role in this cellular suicide process?
Exactly. Low magnesium plays a significant role in this programmed cell death process.
Okay, and it's tied to mitochondrial function too, right?
Exactly. Magnesium is crucial for maintaining cellular integrity and preventing cell death through its roles in mitochondrial function, enzyme activation, and oxidative stress regulation. But here's how I like to think about it. Magnesium is the conductor of our inner orchestra, making sure all the instruments are playing in harmony. And when magnesium is low, the music gets a little chaotic or even stops.
That's a great analogy.
Let's continue exploring how this synergy of calm and energy works. All right, so when your ATP level is at 100%, it doesn't mean you are wired, but it does mean that your cells have the resources to do all the things they need to do. It means your body can repair cellular damage, recover from your studies, work, or workout, and get you ready for your next challenge.
That's another great analogy. When my bank account is full, I don't hesitate to make the repairs my car needs or that my house needs. I know that I have the resources to keep everything in great condition.
Exactly. And being topped up with cellular energy means that when you decide to jump into action, you have the internal energy reserves to feel on top of your game. In short, the energy that magnesium helps your cells make is not like a drug. It's not even like caffeine. It's a natural cellular energy ready to be at your service when you decide to be active. But if you decide to be relaxed, that ATP is used internally to maintain your body and all its cells in top condition.
Okay, that makes total sense. When you support your body's natural systems, your body's innate intelligence can work for you.
Right. As already discussed, magnesium supports you when you want to relax, chill, or sleep because of the way it balances your nervous system.
Yes, via GABA and all that stuff we discussed.
Right. Your body requires cellular energy when your muscles are active, but it also requires that same ATP when you want to relax, chill, or rest and recover.
Now I see. It makes sense. So it's like magnesium helps us produce cellular energy, but also use it wisely. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're engaging the body's intelligence, supporting its requirements at the cellular level, and establishing the foundation for optimal health.
What about those of us who are trying to lose weight or manage our appetite? Can magnesium play a role there too?
Actually, yes. There's some interesting research suggesting that magnesium might be helpful for weight management.
Really? I guess I need to stop being surprised by magnesium's wide-ranging benefits. So tell us how that works.
For starters, magnesium can help regulate blood sugar levels. That's obviously helpful for those seeking to maintain better glucose levels for their health.
Okay, how does that tie into weight management?
Well, when our blood sugar levels are stable, we're less likely to experience those cravings or energy crashes, which can lead to overeating.
So magnesium can help keep those sugar cravings at bay?
Exactly. There's also research showing that magnesium deficiency can lead to altered appetite and food intake.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the research shows that magnesium status influences appetite and dietary choices. So people who are deficient in magnesium tend to have increased appetite and even uncontrolled cravings.
So if we're not getting enough magnesium, we might be more likely to overeat.
Right. The research also suggests that magnesium can help promote feelings of fullness and satisfaction.
Interesting. So magnesium might not be a magic weight loss pill, but it can certainly support our efforts by helping us to manage our blood sugar levels and appetite.
Exactly. It's a critical tool in the weight management toolbox. A deficiency could undermine your efforts before you even start. Prepare for success by ensuring you have adequate levels of magnesium.
That's a great insight. All right, so far we've got the energy, anti-anxiety, and appetite topics covered. What about brain power? What impact does magnesium have on our cognitive function?
Plenty. Magnesium is essential for healthy brain function. Think memory and focus, learning, and even neuroprotection. Those are all things that can take a hit when your magnesium levels are low.
Okay, so if I'm having trouble concentrating, could low magnesium be the culprit?
It's certainly possible. In fact, studies have linked low magnesium to that brain fog feeling, when it's hard to concentrate. And low magnesium can even increase the risk of cognitive decline as we age.
Wow, so this one mineral can affect my muscles, my mood, my heart, my bones, and even my brain? I'm starting to see why you called it the unsung hero of health.
It truly is a powerhouse.
Okay, so I'm convinced magnesium is officially a health superhero. But there are so many different types of magnesium supplements out there. How do we know which one to choose?
Of course, you want to choose a high-quality supplement, but you also want to focus on the functionality of the type of magnesium used in the supplement.
Wait, what? I always thought it was about picking the type of magnesium that's best absorbed.
That's what a lot of supplement companies want you to believe, but here's the truth. The difference in absorption between the various types of magnesium is actually pretty minimal. In fact, there's no scientific consensus on which type is best absorbed.
Wait, really? So all those labels touting superior absorption, are they just marketing hype?
Pretty much. Magnesium absorption is affected more so by other factors, which we'll discuss. The type of magnesium is not an important factor in how much gets absorbed.
So if the type of magnesium isn't all about absorption rates, how do we choose the right magnesium supplement?
Great question. Let's discuss it. So magnesium in supplements comes as a pair. This is because magnesium is highly reactive on its own, so it needs something else to bind to. You get the magnesium, which is the positive ion, and you get a negative ion with it. Each of those has functionality in your body. We've been discussing magnesium's functionality so far, but ignoring the functionality of the other half.
Okay, I like where this is going. Tell me about those two halves or partners.
Sure, of course the magnesium itself is super important as our discussion has highlighted, but it's paired with its partner, the negative ion that it's bound to.
Its partner?
Yeah, you see that pairing actually has a big impact on how the supplement works in your body. So think about it like this. Magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, they both deliver elemental magnesium. But something else that has its own independent functions in your body, the citrate or the glycinate.
Right. The partner does things in your body too, so it's all about finding the perfect partner for magnesium based on the biological functions of that partner in the body.
Exactly.
I've heard a lot of good things about magnesium glycinate. That's a pairing of magnesium and the amino acid glycine, right?
Yes, that's right. Magnesium glycinate is very popular, and for good reasons. In this case, the amino acid glycine is the negative ion that pairs with the positive magnesium ion. Using the scientific framework we outlined earlier, we can evaluate the independent effects of magnesium and glycine and look at how well glycine supports magnesium's functions in the body.
Right. Glycine is known to be calming, right?
You're right again. Glycine acts as an inhibitory neurotransmitter, promoting a calming effect in the brain. And glycine promotes deeper sleep by lowering body temperature and calming the nervous system. Both magnesium and glycine also help reduce inflammation.
I see why magnesium glycinate is so popular.
Yeah, magnesium and glycine also support each other in cognitive function and even bone health.
Okay, so tell me which magnesium pairing has you the most excited? Is there one that is the true rock star?
Well, there's one combo that really stands out as a true powerhouse. It's magnesium BHB.
Magnesium BHB. Wow. Okay. And this is the type of magnesium many listeners may not be familiar with. So tell me more.
Yeah, magnesium BHB, where BHB is beta hydroxybutyrate. So the BHB is like magnesium's ultimate wingman.
Okay, now I'm really curious, but wait a minute. I've heard BHB has something to do with the keto diet. Is that correct?
Yes, you're absolutely right. BHB is a ketone body that your body produces naturally when you're on a low-carb diet like keto or fasting, or when you're engaged in prolonged exercise or physical activity.
Ah, right. So do you have to be on a keto diet to benefit from BHB?
Oh, no, not at all. Here's the cool part. We can now actually supplement with BHB directly, even if you're not following a ketogenic diet. In fact, get this, the cognitive benefits of BHB, they're even better when you pair it with carbs.
Oh, that's a surprise. So you don't have to go keto to reap the rewards. And when BHB teams up with magnesium, what happens then?
Well, they form this dynamic duo that supports a wide range of functions in your body. Unlike many forms of magnesium in supplements, magnesium and BHB are super synergistic, a real dynamic duo.
Like what? Could you elaborate on that?
Well, both magnesium and BHB, they're involved in energy production, right? Remember how we talked about magnesium being crucial for ATP, the energy currency of your cells?
Yeah.
Well, BHB actually makes that process even more efficient, and it reduces those harmful free radicals that can damage your cells. The key place those free radicals are generated happens to be exactly where BHB tunes up the energy generation process to be more efficient and less wasteful. This happens inside the mitochondria, those little powerhouses inside your cells.
So together they basically work to keep our cells powered up and protected.
Exactly. It's a one-of-a-kind synergy.
The science here is so fascinating. Anything else this power couple can do?
Oh yeah, tons. So we've touched on how they supercharge your mitochondria and boost cellular energy while reducing waste products. It's a combination that supports the mitochondria, and the mitochondria support almost everything your body does.
Sounds like a total energy efficiency upgrade.
The mitochondria are the foundation upon which this power couple provides neuroprotection. Each is neuroprotective on its own, but magnesium BHB delivers results neither magnesium nor BHB alone could provide. And remember, neuroprotection is about keeping the nerve cells in our eyes and brains healthy.
Okay, so there are neuroprotective benefits from this unique synergy of magnesium and BHB. Is there more?
Yes, for example, they offer a unique synergy for the heart. Magnesium alone is essential for a healthy heart, maintaining its healthy rhythm and healthy blood pressure, but BHB can take it up a notch and improve the heart's energy efficiency by around 28% and its pumping capacity by around 70%.
So magnesium and BHB truly are like the dance partners with unique moves.
That's right, and remember, magnesium has a calming effect on the nervous system. Well, BHB also has anti-anxiety properties, so everywhere you look, they are the perfect partners for each other.
So you get this like amazing synergy of calm and energy.
Precisely. That synergy of calm and energy is one of magnesium BHB's superpowers.
That's compelling. What else can you tell me?
Well, they can even support each other in improving cognitive function and boosting brain energy.
Relaxed alertness, right? Now that sounds like a blissful state of mind, like having the energy to tackle your to-do list without that frazzled feeling. I need that.
We all do.
So really impressive. Is there anything else?
Oh yeah, I want to mention a benefit related to neuroprotection. Magnesium BHB not only boosts brain energy, but it also protects against age-related cognitive decline.
So magnesium and BHB together are like a brain-boosting cocktail. This is making me rethink my entire supplement routine. But before I go out and buy all the magnesium BHB I can find, let's dig into how to choose the right one. What should we be looking for?
Ready to break it down?
Okay, I'm ready to become a magnesium BHB pro. Give me the inside scoop. What are the key things we need to know to pick the right supplement?
You got it. Let's break it into 4 essential steps to finding your perfect magnesium match.
4 steps. Okay, I can handle that. Lay it on me. What's step 1?
Step 1 is all about safety. Remember the golden rule in healthcare. First, do no harm. Well, that applies to supplements too.
Makes total sense. We want pure nutrition, not a bunch of unnecessary fillers and additives, right?
Exactly. So become a label detective. You got to scrutinize that ingredient list, especially the other ingredients section, which can be in small print because a lot of companies want to hide it. Look for a supplement that's free of excipients.
Excipients. Remind me of what those are.
They're like fillers, lubricants, preservatives, anti-caking agents, all that extra unwanted stuff.
Ah, got it. So no sneaky additives, just pure nutritional goodness. What kind of things should we be watching out for?
Specifically, keep an eye out for common culprits like silicon dioxide, magnesium stearate, or stearic acid, and sometimes called vegetable stearate or other similar names. Even something as benign sounding as rice byproducts, believe it or not, can be a source of unwanted silicon dioxide or other undesirable compounds.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising. The point is these excipients, they add zero nutritional value. And they could even be harmful in some cases. And some supplements can contain a lot of them by percentage. It's not always just a small amount. Sometimes they can fill up half the capsule or more.
Yikes.
Right. There's no labeling requirements for listing the percentage of other ingredients in supplements.
That's not good. So what should the ideal ingredient list look like then?
It should be nice and clean. In the supplement facts section, look at the other ingredients section. You should only see the capsule material listed, which is usually HPMC, a plant-based fiber.
Okay, so anything else listed there is a red flag.
Exactly, because if there are any excipients listed, you can't know how much of the total they make up. The only way to be sure is to pick a supplement that doesn't have any excipients at all. Just the ingredients you want and the capsule, nothing else.
Got it. Step 1, check. No extra ingredients, just pure nutrition. What's next on our checklist?
All right, step 2 is all about the dosage. Check the magnesium dose per capsule. It is sometimes called the elemental magnesium.
Elemental magnesium dose. Okay.
And don't be fooled by tricky serving size labeling. Some companies try to get sneaky with that. Look for how many capsules are in a serving. Then think about what you get in a single capsule. The sweet spot for most people is between 125 milligrams and 150 milligrams of magnesium per capsule.
Okay. Why that specific range?
Well, it's high enough to be effective, but it's not too high. The recommended magnesium dose for adults is around 420 milligrams per day. So 150 milligrams of magnesium per capsule allows for flexibility with your dosing. You can adjust it to your needs, but easily achieve your target dose, and it doesn't overwhelm your digestive system.
So what you're saying is if you need more magnesium than one capsule provides, it's better to take multiple doses than one big dose?
You got it. Remember our conversation about absorption? Well, dividing your total magnesium dose throughout the day actually plays a bigger role in optimal absorption than the type of magnesium you choose.
So doses of around 150 milligrams spread throughout the day are better absorbed than just one giant dose all at once. That makes sense.
Precisely. Those 500 milligram pills make no sense at all. Go for a supplement with around 150 milligrams per capsule, and then you can take 1, 2, or even 3 capsules spread out with meals, depending on your individual needs.
Gotcha. So avoid harmful additives, check the magnesium dose. What's the third key to choosing the right magnesium supplement?
Step 3 is all about functionality. Remember how we debunked the myth of magnesium types being all about absorption rates?
I do, yet that myth about absorption is still so widespread.
It is. While debunking it earlier in this episode, we discussed findings from multiple sources, including a review article in the journal Current Nutrition and Food Science. The conclusions drawn in the studies we discussed make it clear that picking a type of magnesium based on supposed differences in absorption is not the smart way to choose a magnesium supplement. However, the total functionality of the various magnesium types does vary significantly.
Interesting. So we actually do need to think about the type of magnesium we're choosing, not because of these supposed absorption differences, but because of real functional differences.
Right. It's critical. You want to choose a magnesium type based on how well the partners tango. The positive ion, magnesium, and the negative ion, like glycinate, for example, must bring out the best in each other.
It makes sense, but give me more insight, please.
Okay, for instance, magnesium lactate and magnesium citrate both deliver elemental magnesium. But the lactate ion or the citrate ion trigger all kinds of things in the body that are independent of magnesium. So the key thing that makes one type of magnesium different from another is not absorption, but the independent functionality of that negative ion, and especially how well that ion complements magnesium's own functionality.
You just laid out an important truth. We should let that sink in. Here's what I heard. The best type of magnesium is not determined by the differences in absorption, because the science reveals that those are not significant. The best type of magnesium is determined by the functionality of that negative ion, especially how well it supports magnesium's functionality, right?
You got it. It is super important to understand this to break through so many misunderstandings about magnesium supplements.
Got it. Different types of magnesium provide the same magnesium ion, but they also provide a negative ion that has its own independent functionality.
Right. The negative ion that magnesium is bound to has its own biological functions. If it just takes magnesium to the door of the dance hall and they don't dance together, that's a pretty weak partner.
I would agree.
Here's another point. Most magnesium supplements actually provide a lot of that negative ion. It's not just some trivial amount. You might even get more of the partner than the magnesium itself.
Really? more of the partner than the magnesium itself?
Definitely. That's why it's essential that it complements magnesium's functionality.
So again, it's like choosing the right dance partner for your magnesium.
Exactly. You want someone who can keep up with magnesium's moves, someone who complements its benefits.
All right. So no harmful additives, correct dosage, the right type of magnesium based on the functionality of the two ions, and how they complement each other.
You got it. And we already know that BHB is magnesium's ultimate wingman. BHB is well understood by science, and it complements magnesium's functionality perfectly.
Okay, so magnesium BHB is the top choice. What about the other types of magnesium, such as magnesium glycinate?
Yeah, we know that magnesium glycinate is very popular, so you could consider a pure magnesium BHB supplement or one that blends magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium oxide, for example.
Okay, so that's where your individual preferences come in, right?
Right. Just make sure that magnesium BHB is the main type of magnesium in the formula. Then, if you want to mix in some magnesium glycinate, go for it. Based on the specific functionality of glycine, we know that complements magnesium very well. They dance together. They make a good pair. So if glycine's functionality addresses your goals, magnesium glycinate is a good choice.
Yes, we spoke about how magnesium and glycine support each other's functionality in promoting sleep and a calm mind. What about magnesium oxide?
In the case of magnesium oxide, the oxygen atom paired with magnesium does not play a direct functional role in the body, similar to the negative organic ion in compounds like magnesium glycinate. Instead, it becomes water. In this framework, magnesium oxide is like taking pure magnesium with no functional partner. Magnesium comes to the dance alone.
That's interesting. So what do we know about magnesium oxide from the scientific research?
Well, magnesium oxide has an undeserved reputation as not being absorbed. We already busted that myth, though. It can be absorbed well, particularly in a well-designed formula. I would not recommend a supplement that contains only magnesium oxide, but in a complex, it can be very useful.
Okay, so the best choices are either pure magnesium BHB or a magnesium complex where magnesium BHB is the main type, right?
Right. A blend of magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium oxide checks so many boxes.
Okay, so what's the final step in choosing our perfect magnesium match?
This podcast is sponsored by Awakened Energy, showcasing our flagship supplement, Blissful Mitomag, a unique blend of magnesium glycinate supercharged with magnesium BHB. Mitomag is meticulously crafted to enhance mitochondrial health and energy production and to support sleep, calmness, brain health, muscle relaxation, and much more. Magnesium and BHB are essential for your health. Mitomag is boundless energy for your life. Experience a blissful synergy of calm and energy today with Mitomag and fuel your mission.
Unlock 20% off your next purchase on Amazon. Check the podcast notes for the promo code. Don't miss out.
Okay, so step 4. You want to make sure the magnesium BHB in the supplement is 100% biologically active.
100% biologically active. Okay, break that down for me. What does that even mean?
Well, it means choosing a supplement that consists entirely of the D form of BHB. That's the letter D, like in dog.
Okay, the D form. What do you mean by the D form?
We could describe it in chemistry terms, but it's actually pretty simple. Think of organic molecules as mirror images, okay?
Okay, I'm picturing two molecules staring at each other in a mirror.
And these mirror images, chemists have terms for, but let's just call them mirror images. Now, the D mirror image, that's the form of BHB that your body can actually use.
So it's like having a key that actually fits the lock.
You got it.
Makes sense. So how do we know if the magnesium BHB supplement is using the right mirror image? What should we look for on the label?
You want to look for that letter D as in dog. It should read D magnesium BHB on the label. Check the supplement facts. Most of the BHB that's commercially available is a 50-50 random mix of mirror images, and they generally leave that unwelcome fact off of the product label. So if it just says magnesium BHB, it's only 50% biologically active. If it says D-magnesium BHB, it is 100% biologically active.
So we need to be specific and look for that letter D, as in D, magnesium BHB. Got it.
Yeah, you want the right stuff to get the full benefits.
Okay, I think I've got it. Avoid extra ingredients. Get 150 milligrams of magnesium per capsule. Choose either pure magnesium BHB or a complex of magnesium BHB. And make sure it's the D type. So those are the 4 keys to unlocking the power of magnesium. Is there anything else we should know about magnesium before we wrap things up?
Yeah, here's one important thing. Remember how we talked about magnesium BHB being this particularly powerful pairing?
Yeah, the dynamic duo, the ultimate wingman situation.
Well, it's also super versatile. It offers this compelling synergy of calm and energy. The benefits from relaxed focus and enhanced memory to sustained energy and metabolic support.
It really does sound like the ultimate health upgrade.
It really is.
I'm sold. But before we move on, could you quickly recap why this dynamic duo is so beneficial, especially when it comes to brain health?
Sure. Magnesium and BHB synergistically support brain health by addressing key neuroprotective mechanisms. Magnesium plays a critical role in maintaining neuronal ion balance, reducing nerve inflammation, and preventing a type of toxicity to nerve cells from overstimulation. These mechanisms are so important for healthy cognitive function and neuroprotection.
Neuroprotection and the healthy aging of our brain and nerve cells is so important.
It really is, and BHB supports magnesium's functions in this area. It provides an efficient energy source for brain cells, reduces oxidative stress, and modulates inflammation, further enhancing cognitive resilience and brain metabolism. Together, magnesium and BHB promote optimal neuronal function and protect against cognitive decline.
The case for magnesium BHB is solid and compelling, but let's get practical. When's the best time to take it?
That's a good question. A lot of people, they like to take their magnesium in the evening.
Why is that?
Well, as you know, magnesium can be calming, right? So it can help you unwind and get a better night's sleep.
Makes sense, but what if I also want to tap into those energy boosting benefits we were talking about? Can I take magnesium BHB during the day too?
Absolutely. You can totally split your dose. You could have one capsule with breakfast, maybe another with lunch, kind of get that focused energy going, and then another one in the evening to promote relaxation and better sleep.
Okay, the best of both worlds.
I should mention that some people use magnesium BHB pre-workout, others use it to manage appetite. So while taking it with a meal can maximize magnesium absorption, it can be taken on an empty stomach too. And when using it that way, you can target specific benefits such as a better workout.
That's great info.
Yeah, and since we're exploring this subject deeply, I'll add some nuance. If you are mostly interested in magnesium BHB pre-workout or to manage appetite, consider the pure D-magnesium BHB supplement. If you want a highly versatile formula, look for a complex, such as magnesium BHB plus magnesium glycinate and a bit of high-quality magnesium oxide.
Okay, why that particular complex?
We could probably do another entire episode on that complex of magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium oxide together. It's a great blend. What you end up with is magnesium and BHB and glycine. This triumvirate delivers versatility and cohesive capabilities that stand apart from other magnesium complexes.
That sounds pretty good. Do you recommend magnesium glycinate alone?
It's not a bad choice, but the research and the experts suggest that if you like the effects of the glycine in magnesium glycinate, combining it with magnesium BHB will deliver even more of what you seek. The complex of magnesium, BHB, and glycine that we discussed earlier delivers that ultimate synergy of calm and energy.
Okay, so magnesium BHB remains the one on top, but we can blend in magnesium glycinate too. I like that.
Yeah, you can find pure magnesium BHB capsules, and you can find magnesium complex capsules that contain that blend of magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate, and high-quality magnesium oxide. So choosing the one that is right for you is simple.
Okay, that's great to know. Next, I want to ask about people who are already on a ketogenic diet. They're already producing BHB, right? Do they need to supplement with magnesium BHB?
Yeah, that's a question that comes up a lot. It's true that a keto diet does boost your BHB production naturally, but some extra exogenous BHB can help. In fact, at times, it can make life in keto much easier. Furthermore, you usually need more minerals like magnesium when you're on a keto diet.
So even a keto enthusiast could benefit from adding a magnesium BHB supplement to the routine.
Yes, exactly.
When I think about keto, 2 areas come to mind: working out and appetite control. We've already discussed how elemental magnesium is important for both. What about magnesium BHB specifically? Does the BHB enhance magnesium's functions in these areas?
Oh, absolutely. Magnesium itself helps in removing lactic acid from muscles. The mechanism behind this effect involves magnesium's role in energy metabolism. But, as we discussed already, BHB also supports and optimizes our energy metabolism. Again, showing how well magnesium and BHB work synergistically.
So, if our magnesium levels are low, we might feel more fatigued during our workouts. And magnesium BHB is an ideal way to boost both magnesium levels and BHB.
Exactly. Magnesium also helps regulate muscle contractions and relaxation. When you exercise, your muscles repeatedly contract and relax, and magnesium is essential for this process to happen smoothly.
Right. The one thing I knew about magnesium before going through the research for today's episode is that it helps prevent muscle cramps and spasms.
Yeah, you nailed that at the top of the show.
Okay, so it's pretty clear why magnesium BHB is great for supporting muscle function. What about appetite?
Remember that we mentioned how a magnesium deficiency can influence appetite and food intake? Well, BHB also plays a significant role in appetite regulation. Several studies have demonstrated that BHB can influence appetite by modulating the levels of various appetite-related hormones. BHB also helps normalize blood sugar levels, showing more synergy with magnesium.
I'm seeing how magnesium BHB accomplishes things no other type of magnesium can match. But I want to be totally sure about one thing. Does magnesium BHB really work regardless of the type of nutritional plan one is following? And it works even if I'm eating a carb-rich diet?
Yeah, in fact, BHB's physical effects, such as supporting energy metabolism in the muscles, are enhanced when BHB is administered with carbohydrates. So anyone can benefit from magnesium BHB regardless of one's nutritional program.
Okay.
Remember, earlier we covered the evidence that BHB's mental effects are also greater when it is used by those who are consuming carbs. That's not a knock on anyone adhering to a keto lifestyle, because they already know how much supplemental BHB can help. It's very true. I'm just emphasizing that the research shows BHB works great for those consuming a high-carb diet too.
Okay, we've cleared up another big misunderstanding I had. I thought BHB was only for those on a keto diet. But now I see that while BHB is great for those on a keto diet, it can also be just as good, maybe even better, for those who eat carbs. We're busting multiple myths today.
We sure are. BHB is a popular supplement in keto circles, but its benefits extend far beyond that. It's a great supplement for any nutritional program, as the research shows. And magnesium BHB is really a smart choice for virtually anyone and everyone who wants to supplement with magnesium. It can offer that extra support for energy production, brain function, and overall well-being.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to say about magnesium and BHB together?
Yeah, I want to emphasize again how synergistic this combination is for neuroprotection.
Okay, that's a great topic to touch on again.
Yeah, BHB plays a key neuroprotective role by reducing oxidative stress, inflammation, and cell suicide in brain and optic nerve cells. It also enhances mitochondrial function and energy production, contributing to improved brain health and resilience to neurodegenerative conditions.
Okay, so that's BHB. Really impressive. What about magnesium? Remind us again of its role in neuroprotection.
Well, magnesium supports neuroprotection by stabilizing neuronal membranes, reducing nerve overstimulation through receptor tuning, and mitigating nerve inflammation, oxidative stress, and the risk of programmed cell suicide.
Wow, the synergy between magnesium and BHB continues to impress me.
It is truly impressive how well magnesium and BHB support each other in these critical areas. We called magnesium and BHB a dynamic duo, but the weight of that statement may not have been evident earlier in the show. I think we are all starting to see its full significance now.
I certainly am. Next, let's talk about safety to start bringing this very interesting episode to a close.
Good idea. It's always a good idea to check with your healthcare provider about your individual needs and all that.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, this might seem like a silly question, but is it safe to take magnesium BHB long term?
That's not a silly question at all. That's a very important one, and the answer is generally speaking yes. Both magnesium and BHB, they're naturally found in your body, right?
Right.
And studies have shown that magnesium BHB is well tolerated even when taken over an extended period of time. The same is true of magnesium glycinate.
That's reassuring. Is there any other type of magnesium worth considering? What about for constipation? We did not discuss that important topic yet.
Good point. While you commonly hear that magnesium citrate is good for regular bowel movements, that can be misleading. Clinical experience suggests that many types of magnesium are capable of delivering positive results in this area if you take a sufficient dose. So this is another myth that we can bust today. There is no solid evidence that magnesium citrate is best for regular bowel movements. In fact, the strongest evidence supports magnesium oxide for improved stool frequency and consistency.
Is that another reason you like the triple force of magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate and magnesium oxide?
Yes, but the ratios of those three have to be optimal. Remember, magnesium BHB needs to be number one in that formula, and magnesium oxide should be the last one.
Got it. You mentioned taking a sufficient dose of magnesium to optimize bowel functioning. Can you explain that further?
Sure. In fact, this relates to a technique anyone can use to find their optimal upper dose of magnesium. You begin with a low dose, such as 1 capsule per day. You increase by a capsule every few days. Don't rush it. At your bowel tolerance level, you will start to experience loose stools or watery bowels. The primary mechanism here is an osmotic effect. It's not harmful. This tells you that you have reached your bowel tolerance limit.
Okay, that's helpful to know. So that dose or a bit more can be useful to treat temporary constipation. But what does it say about my optimal dose of magnesium on a daily basis?
Well, your daily maintenance dose of magnesium should be less than your bowel tolerance limit by at least 1 capsule. If your bowel tolerance happens to be 4 or 5 capsules per day, your maintenance dose would likely be 3 capsules. Discuss the details with your healthcare professional, as we suggested, if you have any questions. And remember, loose stools do not mean the magnesium supplement doesn't agree with you or won't work for you. It simply tells you to take a smaller dose. If you reach bowel tolerance with 3 capsules, back off to 2 or even 1 on a daily basis. By the way, this is another reason we don't recommend more than 150 milligrams of magnesium per capsule.
That's great info on optimizing your dose of magnesium.
And let me add that once you hit your bowel tolerance limit, it may take several days for your stools to return to normal, even after you decrease your magnesium dose. That's why it's important not to rush this process, but once you know how your body responds to maximal doses of magnesium, you can immediately use that knowledge in future situations.
Okay. And we talked about magnesium citrate while debunking another myth about magnesium and your gut. Is there any other type of magnesium supplement worth considering?
Maybe in some edge cases, but generally you can't do any better than pure magnesium BHB or that complex of magnesium BHB, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium oxide. Stick with those unless, for example, your health professional has a specific reason for recommending something else.
Yes, of course. It's always best to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you have any underlying health conditions like constipation or if you're taking other medications.
Oh, absolutely. Always, always, always a good idea to have that conversation with your healthcare provider. It might also help if you bring to your appointment a copy of the research showing how widespread magnesium deficiency is, in case your doctor doesn't always keep up with research in nutritional science.
Right. I had a medical doctor tell me once that in all of his years of training, including 4 years of medical school and further postdoc training, his formal training in nutrition totaled just 3 weeks.
Yeah, they usually have to seek out nutrition knowledge on their own, and some doctors don't prioritize this. Sometimes we can help by showing our doctors evidence from a good quality scientific study.
That's a great tip. Work with your healthcare provider and take responsibility for your own health.
Exactly.
So we've talked about timing, keto, compatibility, long-term safety. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners who are ready to embark on their magnesium BHB journey?
You know, my biggest piece of advice would be an informed consumer.
Be an informed consumer. All right. Great advice.
Yeah, remember those 4 key steps we talked about: avoiding harmful additives, checking that elemental magnesium dose, and choosing D-magnesium BHB. Depending on your goals, you can either choose pure magnesium BHB or a complex where magnesium BHB is the top ingredient, and there's also some other types of magnesium blended into the formula.
No sneaky ingredients. Right dose per capsule, pure D, magnesium BHB, or blend with D, magnesium BHB.
You got it. And just remember magnesium BHB. It offers such a unique synergy of benefits, calm and energy, focus and enhanced memory, relaxation, sustained energy, mental and metabolic support.
It sounds like a health upgrade in a capsule.
A health upgrade in a capsule. That's catchy. But remember, what we've been discussing here are the specific evidence-based benefits of magnesium, not vague claims. While a magnesium supplement can indeed be a health upgrade in a capsule for many people, I hope our listeners also remember the science we have been discussing.
You are absolutely right. I appreciate that we've been able to discuss so many key points from this stack of research, but also keep things interesting while painting memorable mental images of key scientific principles, such as BHB being magnesium's ultimate wingman.
Yeah, and just because we're discussing the science doesn't mean we have to make it boring, right? I appreciate being able to share this insightful and entertaining discussion with you and our listeners. It's really been a pleasure exploring the world of magnesium with you.
Likewise, and thank you to all of our listeners for joining us on this magnesium adventure.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening.
We hope you found it informative and empowering.
Absolutely.
Remember, stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to unlock the power of this amazing mineral. Until next time.